when people put a demo request in the website, it's because they want to see a demo, not because they want to tell you about their problems. But sometimes I've had folks email me and say, hey, for our demo, and they add, by the way, they add like 7 people or something obnoxious. And they say, these are the things that I want to see. And so I'm like, great, no problem. If you want to see those things, I'm so stoked to show you. Clearly, you care enough that you're going to take 7 other people's time for the demo. One thing I do before that Vibey demo, which is essentially a window shop around all of our tools, is I'll send a demo checklist. One thing that I've seen more junior reps get stuck on in their version of discovery is, how often do you run merit cycles? What tools do you use? Who's involved? Which compensation types are they? Those are not real discovery questions. Those are just questions that you need to know on how you're going to configure the tool or run the demo. I say, great, happy to jump into a demo. I have a couple questions I can send over async, or we can bang through them in a 10-minute meeting, just you and I ahead of time, just so that we can tailor that demo to you. And I actually have like a Google form, if you will, that I will send to a prospect, which by the way is a super helpful resource, especially when you get to post sales, just to send along, that has all of those basic details that, again, junior reps get hung up on, but it also just drains time for your actual discovery time. So I'll send that, jump into the demo, then I can tailor the demo, but show them around. They get excited about things. And then once they're leaned in, because it's a good looking tool, it's a good product, then on the next call, I'm like, hey, this was something that was really interesting to you. Why? And once you've kind of gotten them excited and leaned in, they're much more open to those real discovery questions.
I know that the pre-demo checklist questions are going to be different for every company. Could you share the questions that you have on yours? Because I think it will help give people a sense of like the types of questions they could use and adapt for their own product that they sell.
I think like the things that you should be thinking about are, if you have a tool that's configurable, what different types of configurations do you have? And that's something to ask. But demos really need to feel real to who you're talking to. So even just the little details of, like, for us, we integrate with their underlying HRIS and equity system. Instead of saying, we'll pull your HRIS data in here, I'm going to say all of those fields that you have in Workday today that are relevant for planning, those are going to get pulled in. They can start to visualize themselves using the tool a lot more. So those are the things I would be thinking about, are like, what are the little things that you can do to make it feel more real based on their current setup?
So how do you actually run that demo then? So you have this checklist of the systems they're on, how they're doing things today. What does that flow actually look like?
The nice thing is it's mostly the same flow every time. So prepping for these calls with your SA gets really efficient. We literally just have, this one's a Vibey demo. Sounds good. But basically, usually what that looks like for us is that we'll open up, we'll do intros, agenda, kind of the typical stuff. And then I will do an overview of PAVE just to set the scene. For us, it's often a trap that we get a prospect that is really familiar with PAVE, and they almost never actually are. They know that we have a market data tool. They know that we have a total rewards tool. They don't know that we do everything. So I'll just reorient. This is what you should know about us as a business. We're best in breed compensation, end to end. We're a complete platform. These are the types of companies that we service. They're the most innovative companies in the space. This is what it means to you. We care a lot about design. We are constantly pushing the product. We're also not an early stage startup that is just now figuring this out and going to promise you the world. We're kind of that Goldilocks in between feature complete Workday and Series A startup. And then once I've kind of set the stage on us as a business, I talk about our products. So I'll show like a one slider that's like, look, I'm not going to spend much time in slides, but we do a lot of things being end to end. We have market data, we have planning tools. Once you have that data, you need to build ranges, you need to run a cycle, then you need to communicate to employees. These are the things that we can go through today. Typically, we go through them chronologically like this. Is there anything you want to change on that script as we actually jump into the tool and show you a couple things to see what's interesting? Usually the answer is no. People are like, that's chronological. Or sometimes the answer is, actually, planning is a huge pain for us right now, and I had no idea that you guys do total reward statements. Can we focus most of the time there? And then I say, okay, Mike, over to you. Like, let's jump in here and then go there. And it feels organic, but in reality, we've done it 1,000 times.